Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our Fellowship Days. Normally, we choose to do this every single Friday of the week, and this specific one, like I always say, it is always an exciting time to be here and share from what our students have gone through the week, where they've reached. Then it's an opportunity to also hear from their tutor, Mr. Andrew, and the rest of the tutors. And of course, our usual suspects. I think that name is perfect for them because I've seen their faces quite some time here live in the studio. And our founder, Mr. Festo, as well, is always here with us to share from his cup of wisdom. I am your host, Rama Chizito, and yes, good evening. You are welcome to Metro Plus Labs, and I think this is the sixth time that we are having Friday fellowships live in studio with our students. So welcome, and like the culture of Metro Plus Labs, we encourage you to go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification button if you haven't done so. And if you've done so, go ahead and tell everybody that we are here. We're going to have an exciting conversation about, of course, our BLC, the classes that we normally have online every Monday and Wednesday. And of course, bring you up to speed with industrial news, or what we call in our segment, the Market Watch. We always host our analyst, Mr. Frank, who will be joining us shortly after this session. And of course, hear from Festo, who is our founder, because one thing for sure is he has never failed to answer a question regarding blockchain technology. For those of you that were on our Twitter space last night, it got really hot, and I love that for us. It only means we are moving to the right direction. So welcome everybody, and yes, we are live on YouTube, but there is no bad, there is no wrong in sharing, copying the link and share it to your WhatsApp status, your WhatsApp groups. And for our students at Metro Plus Labs, go ahead and tell them that we are live. And if you're a student and you see your other fellow students are not yet here, go to our Telegram channel, tell them we are here to kickstart the conversation tonight. And of course, in other developments, a little bit away from blockchain, but in the near future, these are things that will work together. The Premier League is back, and yes, for some of us Manchester United fans, we are ready to take on the season. And to our noisy neighbors, Manchester City, it is yet another opportunity to show you that Manchester is red every single day. And to our good enemies, the Gunners, the Arsenal, it is never too late to accept that you are not Big Four. So welcome to this episode of our Friday Fellowship. I am your host, Rama Chizito, your usual suspect, and I'm always excited to be here. And of course, on Zoom, live on YouTube as well, we'll have Mr. Senyomo Andrew. I request him to open up and say hello to our viewers. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Rama Chizito. Good evening, everyone who is in studio. My name is Senyomo Andrew. I'm a tutor at Mitro Plus Labs. I'm a blockchain enthusiast. I'm also the coordinator at Eastern Central Africa. I want to welcome everyone on this live interaction we are going to have tonight here in Kampala, Uganda. It's going to be very educative. We are going to and co-founder for the good work they are doing with this Mitro Plus Labs, the good work of pushing and funding this whole project. It is not something very simple, but they have really done their best, and it's really, really very good.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. For those joining us for the very, very first time, Mr. Andrew, the gentleman that you're watching on your screen, those of you who are watching from YouTube, he is our main tutor, and he represents Mitro Plus Labs in East and Central Africa. So he's a big man, and he has taught very many people, very many faces of successful traders, both Forex and crypto, have had to go through his hands. So we appreciate him, and for our students, you really having the best tutor. Let me move on to Mr. Festo. Say hello to our audience, and then yes, I'll introduce my guests as well here live in the studio. Mr. Festo, good evening. Do I have Mr. Festo on? Well, I'll have him a little bit later. I wish to introduce our usual suspects. For those of you that have been part of our Friday Fellowship on YouTube, you've seen these faces. They are our students in cohort 1 of our BLC classes, and yes, like we were advising everyone for the upcoming students that wish to be part of this amazing project. Yes, we I shouldn't say we're apologizing, but we communicated earlier that we'll have the next class very soon. Mr. Simon will communicate, but there is a reason why we are giving so much focus and effort to our first bunch of students, because then we are trying to build leaders. We are trying to build people who will trust with other students as well. So yes, let me start off from the gentleman on my extreme right. Introduce yourselves and tell us what you do, and maybe a little bit of your story about Mitro Plus Labs.
Good evening, everyone who is joining us.
Mr. President, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Rama. How are you? Good evening, everyone. I am glad to be here to share again.
I have Mr. Festo on.
Yes, you do. Hello?
Well,
hello?
I think I'm having a glitch, but I'm working on it. Shortly, we are going to get back. I'm getting a communication from my technical team. We are getting there. I wasn't hearing Mr. Festo previously, but by the look of things, it's just a technical glitch. So I don't know if the rest of the people can hear me. Andrew, can you get me well?
Yes, Mr. Rama, I can get you very well.
Yes, thank you. I need to make sure that we have Mr. Festo on as well live, because I was getting sound that is not part of what we're discussing right now. So I need to make sure that we have him on and we'll kickstart our conversation. But of course, I was introducing our students, and Charles of Imal, I'm now very familiar with the name. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
So good evening everyone who has joined in. I'm Okeche Emmanuel, also known as Charles Rema, a financial trader and a person who loves what MitroPlus has started. So I joined the class about 2 months now. I didn't know what blockchain was or crypto, but I've really learned a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. And my immediate right as well.
Yeah, a very good evening. We welcome you all to this fellowship. My name is Alinde Bobson, but you can call me Bob. I'm very honored to be part of this new wave. I'll call it a new wave because I've started something interesting. An outreach, sensitizing people about crypto and blockchain. So it's very interesting.
Thank you, thank you. And for the people that know you, you guys always move together. Is it? What do you guys share in common?
I would say we became friends because of what we are studying. So we share a lot of knowledge. Even though I haven't understood the point, I'll ask Bob here and he'll guide me on that. So that's why we have put up this relationship to help us achieve the goals that we want to achieve.
Absolutely. That's very, very, very right. You can never become rich alone.
Yeah.
And one of our leaders at MitroPlus, I think it was Sheila, she said a statement that keeps sounding in my head every single day. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. That is the power in working together. And that is the goal of MitroPlus Labs. It is to bring together all crypto enthusiasts, software developers as well in our upcoming project about software development classes, and just build a strong community, because with communities comes adoption. So that is one of the goals of MitroPlus Labs. So I encourage you, get people that understand you. You may not understand something in our classes, but you can go ahead. If you can't reach our tutor, because he's a busy man, you can always reach a fellow student who understood something better. Keep sharing from that. So tonight I want us to discuss about where you've reached in our BLCs. I think the math is now mathing. The math is mathing, and people are a little bit scared, just a little bit. But you see, the words of our founder, Mr. Festo, this is what differentiates traders from other people who make money while trading. I think there's a whole big difference. You can make money, anyone can make money in trading, but for you to have the title trader, there are certain pre-qualifications that you need to be at, and there are certain standards of trading you need to be at. So I think you guys have reached Gatleys as well. Maybe you could take us a little bit about them.
So I'm going to take you through, Gatleys and what we studied this week. It started up a challenging thing. We're looking at Gatleys and how we find them using Fibonacci retracements. But at the end of the Wednesday class, we seem to be there. We're not there, but we are 80% in the Gatleys. Yeah.
And talking about indicators, how do the Gatleys work?
The Gatleys, I won't say they are a reversal pattern or anything like that, but they help you stay in the market. You can know exactly where it can retrace to before you jump in. They can help you also find out a reversal too. So you can use them in so many ways according to the time and the structure of the market. Yeah.
Absolutely. And coming on my end, how far with the math?
Yeah, well, like I've said, the math is mathing. People are actually a bit scared, but when things get tough, they also get tougher. So the Gatleys, according to what I've learned this week, they are a good indicator to help you get good entry points when the market is in reversal. Could be bearish or even in the bullish move. Yeah, so if you draw your pattern very well, you're going to get a 90% win rate.
And I think for scalpers as well, I don't know if Mr. Andrew has introduced that. For the scalpers, I think the Gatli pattern is very good for people like that. Mr. Andrew, is that so? If I'm a scalper, I'm using the Gatli pattern. in terms of how accurate they can be.
Yeah, it can work both for scalpers and long-term traders. It can work as perfect, yeah. So you shouldn't be think.
All right, and of course, trying to go through some of our YouTube comments. Yes, now we even know of Gatli. Yes, we are heading there till when you reach the Mahehe and the Mayampapa. If you guys may Google that. Yes, we'll need to get to that level, and our first class is very, very important. We are trying to drive people to that level, because then if we have, say for example, 100 students and you're able to get 50 or 70 of them reach that level, that is a win on our end, because we very well know that the 70 people will take on other classes and be able to teach other 100, and that is the best way to build communities and to build literacy as well. So for the rest of the students, yes, we are coming to you, and to the students that are already ongoing in our classes, please pay maximum attention. It's an opportunity. Like I keep sharing, I've already shared, these classes are not free of charge. I know that word keeps coming out of my mouth. These classes actually not free of charge. They were paid for by our founder and our co-founder, so take them serious. Some people had to pay $3,000 US, 4,000, 5,000, and people even right now in Uganda, in Africa, wherever you are, people are being people are paying school fees for this, and paying school fees is one, but guaranteeing that you're actually going to learn is another. So you can pay school fees and don't learn, depending on the kind of teacher that you have. So I encourage every one of you, our students, take this as serious as possible. And of course, yes, we need to go to our YouTube comment section, speaking about Gatlis. The students that we have, tell me what you think about the Gatli pattern, and of course the recent indicators. I think the MACDs, Bollinger Band, RSI as well. Tell me what you guys think, and yes, we'll move on in the conversation. I want to move on to Andrew a little bit. Mr. Andrew, do we have you? Good evening once again.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Rama.
Well,
I hope you're okay.
Yes, I'm very fine. I want to have a question about the Gatli pattern. In terms of the combination of indicators, which kind of other indicators work well with this?
You repeat the question, sir?
I'm speaking about the Gatli patterns, yeah? And there are some people that I know that maybe if I use the Bollinger Bands and maybe the RSI, or if I use the MACD and some other indicator, they work together. So in terms of an indicator, the Gatli pattern, which other indicator works best with the Gatli pattern?
Thank you very much, Mr. Rama. The best indicator that can work with the Gatli patterns is the RSI. You know, when that D presents itself, the point of 0.786, that point of extraction, whereby you're going to enter the market, most of the time, the RSI shows a divergency at that same level. So a divergency shows, the RSI can work there very well. Then also a MACD, it crosses, it's two moving averages, they cross down there at that point D, then they move up. So definitely it also shows that the market is changing in what? In direction. So that is, those are some of the indicators that can be added up with the Gatli pattern to make very awesome trades.
All right, thank you, and thank you, Mr. Andrew. I can see we've been joined by our founder. I think I can have him now. Yes, Mr. Festo, do we have you on? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rama.
Yes, we lost you previously, so if you may please repeat what you are trying to communicate.
Yeah, I was trying to greet everyone. Good evening to everyone, and good evening to the students that are really trying to go through with these classes. And good evening to you guys that are in the studio making everything happen. Thank you so much for everything, really. Like I always mention, this is something that we always have to do as ourselves so that we can better our lives and again also better our generation. It is our part to play, and each and every one of us is playing their own part. So thank you.
Thank you very much. We were, before you came back on, we were talking about the level at which our students have reached. And maybe to have one final question to you, Mr. Festo. If you a funder, maybe, what's the name of these accounts that normally give out?
Funded accounts.
Yeah, if you have a funded accounts company, do you think we already have some students that could qualify if you are part of the pre-qualification team?
Yes, I think so. Yes, because most of the students right now are on the 10 bagger level, and according to the test that they did, most of the theory parts they are through, and now we are going to the practical parts and trading. So I think we are reaching that level, and right now people are getting the confidence to go into live trades.
All right, thank you. And maybe in the future, subject to our approval, we'll have a Metro Plus funded accounts project as well. In the future, we hope it can happen. So thank you very much. Moving back to our students, from I think you guys have been with us for like 2 months now. I think we are getting to 2 months. In terms of the people that already had history in trading, how has your life changed under the influence of Metro Plus Labs?
Yeah, well, for the time I've been with Metro Plus, I've grown.
I think we need to speak a little bit louder.
Yeah. Okay, I've grown into a better trader than I was before. I've told you a story of where I used to snipe. Yeah, so at least now I know that I have to do things right. I sit down, study the markets, put my indicators, get hands-on, study the markets, know where it's heading to. At the end of the day, I have my profits.
Thank you. And Tales of Imal, I'm told you've been trading for quite some time, and I know you as a forex trader, but of recent things seem to be changing on your end. Why so?
They're not actually changing, but as we always hear, Metro Plus is creating wells. Now, at some point, I feel that if a forex trader, there is a point where most people feel proud that they don't want to learn the extra things and they just want to remain in their bubble. So I wanted to be different. I wanted to learn the whole thing, in that if I fail to see a position in the market, I can apply something else. And if I apply it, I'm going to come and execute the same way and I'll get it perfectly. So the basic is, to everyone out there, it's not that, okay, you're making the withdrawals, the money is coming in. You have to learn that extra thing. I didn't know crypto 2 months ago. I used to just use it for pay you, and the day ends. But right now, I'm getting equipped with it, and
you're getting there, preparing for the bull run.
Yes.
Yes, the guys who are watching us on YouTube and on Zoom, before we came live, we were having a long discussion about forex or crypto, and it was quite a long one, but that is for you to decide. So if you are watching, tell us, and if you're one of our students, do you prefer forex or cryptocurrencies, and why? Just to go down to the comment section on YouTube and tell us. I'll be able to read some of the comments from our students. Then I want to ask about profitability in terms of percentages. Do we see an improvement?
Oh yes, the improvement is there, definitely. Like I've told you, before I was sniping or even scalping. And right now when I sit down and I actually be serious about the markets, execute my trades right, yeah, my profit percentage is higher than it was before.
And that is actually, that is heartwarming to us, where someone could be able to make money from the knowledge that we give out. Tales of Imal. I see you are very, very active on YouTube and in our Telegram channel. You are one of the students that, if I go back to literature review a little bit, you already have history in trading. Personally, I've watched some of your videos, all the old videos, and yes, we appreciate people like you who don't want to give up on this dream. So in terms of profitability on your end in Forex, because as per your YouTube videos, you are so much interested in a pair that is GBP USD. Tell us about that.
So about GBP USD, I used to trade so many pairs. I used to trade even wheat, commodities, and reached a point I was making losses. I used to NASDAQ, so I decided to focus on one thing. I put my focus on one thing, then small baby steps, I started growing it. I started analyzing the old data of GBP USD, and I fell in love with it. I built a psychology behind it, then I built a risk management strategy, then I built a trading strategy, then I made a trading plan. So right now I'm diversifying. Yes, I've gone to the crypto charts, they look nice. I'm studying crypto with Mitra Plus, and it's giving me the profits. I've made some money off of airdrops. I didn't know airdrops 2 months back, but
you've already made some money off airdrops.
Yeah, there is one I'm waiting for. On their website, they say they're launching on Monday.
On Binance?
Yeah, they're going to list it on Binance. I don't know if I'm using the right term. They're going to list it on Binance on Monday, and I pulled in some airdrops, and I paid some gas fees. So if it's not listed, the gas fees are going.
That is part of school fees, like I choose to call it. And maybe to go to some of our YouTube comments, Queen Kavi is saying, I think Forex for quick money and crypto long-term investment. Then Powell, both Forex and crypto. I think same with Tales of Imal. Then Hirara Medi, crypto for me, both. Yes, so I think it is just a personal decision that you have to make. But if I was put on a tight spot to choose between Forex and crypto, I wouldn't lie that I would choose Forex. I would still choose crypto. I'm one of those guys who love to see an increase, a decrease in value, but there's a Nigerian that normally says with Forex your money can go for vanishing. So I love crypto, I can't lie, but I do Forex as well. But then yes, get the knowledge, do what you are comfortable with, do what makes you happy, do what maybe meets your targets as well. So yes, Forex for quick return, but crypto for a long-term return. Personally, I want to be versatile by doing both and equip myself with several skills. And I think that is the most important thing. Equip yourself with the skills, and you'll be able to make a decision based on data, not just because you love Forex alone and that is where you put your focus. Yes, so crypto, long-term, mega return. Yes, not always, but yes, there's a possibility. There's a possibility of a coin getting 1,000%. 10,000%. We've seen these things happen, even 50,000%. We've seen these things happen, and that is not the amount of money that you can make with Forex, but you can actually make it with crypto. So yes, I love the comments that are coming in, and maybe to move back a little bit to Mr. Andrew. Yes.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, welcome. How does it feel for you to have your students profiting off your classes so far?
Yeah, that is very impressive. Actually, it's very impressive. Even if you're a doctor and you see your patients recovering, it's very impressive. It shows that something is being done. It's very positive for us, and also us giving them the platform to share what is on their hearts is really good. So I hope they are sharing the truth, yeah, and but also can share the negative part. It's okay. We are welcoming all sides, so we don't want to feel like we are angels. Please share also the negative part in case where you want us to improve. Yeah, it will be very good.
All right, we are open to criticism. I think that goes to our students. you could see something that we are not doing right. I know you guys, you are like sponsored students.
Yeah.
So I need you guys to have it in your mind that you're actually paying fees. It will put you in a position of saying the truth and maybe passing on a suggestion or an idea that could work for the betterment of MetroPlus as well. So whenever there is an issue, please go ahead. We are open to criticism regardless of our positions in your lives. So we appreciate everything. So maybe to read a few more comments before we can move on to our segment of the Market Watch. I can see Martin Oscar Mokaya saying Forex for quick return, then crypto for long term. I want to agree with that a little bit. Then personally, I want to be versatile by doing both. I've already read that comment. Then AJS Effects, iLive, too much manipulation in Forex trading for day traders. However, Forex has got enough liquidity once the trend is identified and with good risk management. So, and crypto is very tricky during consolidation. But of course, Mr. Andrew told you how to trade during consolidation. We have things like the Bollinger Bands. I was in that class, and yes, he pointed out that point of trading while the market is consolidating. Then Paxson Benzi talking about the criticism. He's saying, I don't really see anything to criticize. No, we are not perfect. We aim to be better every single day, but we appreciate that. We are really good. Then William Gioko, negative part is the Gartley pattern, and it's rare to find. Well, that is not on our end. That is on your end, but of course, with more practice and more research, you'll be able to find that. Then Queen Covey. Dear Mr. Festo, what would you advise? Should it be crypto or Forex? I won't speak for him. I want him to speak for himself. Then, yes, we'll drive the conversation to the other discussion that we have tonight. I want to say bye to our dear students for now in the studio because we are really running out of time. So I appreciate you. My boy, the profitable trader now. We appreciate you always having some time to come share the little that you know, because one thing about sharing is you learn more when you're actually used to sharing over and over again. Yes. So we appreciate you, man, and we can't wait for you to be a well and be able to manipulate some of these markets. We'll live to tell these stories. Yes. And Tales of Imal, we appreciate you, bro, for always coming around and keep sharing. I see what you do. Keep sharing. In case you need a question from our tutors, maybe you want to put out a video and you need some support, we're always here to support you as well. And in case maybe you want to shoot certain videos that could benefit the rest of the students, go ahead, just make an appointment and the studio will always be here for you. So I appreciate you guys, and yes, see you next time.
All right.
Thank you. For those of you on YouTube, yes, we promised you guys an amazing conversation tonight, our students, and then we'll move into the Market Watch. And of course, I have my usual suspect in the studio, Mr. Kanabi Frank. For those of you that have been watching us, for those of you that have been on our Twitter Spaces, you've heard his voice, but maybe you haven't seen his face. And for the people that have seen his face, you can only be sure that you have been following our YouTube, because he's always been here. And I call him an award-winning crypto analyst. I don't know if he has won awards already, but yes, we'll get there. So join me in welcoming, of course, my people on Zoom, Mr. Andrew Senyomo and Mr. Ivaibe Festo, who is our founder for this segment of our Market Watch. I want to start off with Mr. Festo before I can have Frank in. Mr. Festo, do we have you on?
Yes, Rama, you have me on.
Yes, good evening once again. In this segment, we normally talk about everything happening around blockchain, about cryptocurrencies, but there is some topic that we haven't really spoken so much about, with our audience, with our students, and on our Twitter Spaces, the topic of ETFs. So much is going on in the world of crypto when it comes to ETFs. If you may please tell us what they mean and what they mean to investors as well.
ETFs in crypto?
Yes.
ETFs are exchange traded funds. It's a type of investment fund that is traded on the stock exchange. Usually, we haven't seen crypto traded on the stock exchange. But if the ETFs have been, if people have started filing for ETFs, that means they are going to start trading Bitcoin on the stock exchange. And this brings in a lot of investors, and it will bring in a lot of demand. That is what ETFs are. ETFs are generally an exchange traded fund.
So to me as an investor, do I stand a chance of maybe picturing myself as a small investor, but then having a say when it comes to Bitcoin, because it is already a big asset that maybe I can't buy, I can't afford to buy as a whole, as one BTC. Do I have a chance of trading it as well?
Yes. Remember, the crypto market is highly tokenized. However small the money you have, you can still buy into a crypto market. You can still buy into a crypto project because it's all about how many tokens you can afford. If you can afford the 0.001 BTC, you go for it, and you are part of the big trail of an entire full Bitcoin. So I think it's important to note, as small investors, we still stand chances.
All right, and looking at all the big players, Fidelity, BlackRock as well, fighting for ETFs. In terms of adoption, do we forecast a very big adoption after that? And in terms of crypto not having things like inflation, what does it mean to us? Do we see more bulls as a result of ETFs being approved?
Yes, because last time in 2018, what sparked off the bull run was Tesla accepting Bitcoins as a medium of payment. It sparked off the bull run. And here, if you see BlackRock coming in, Vanguard coming in, filing for ETFs, Celsius in Europe coming in, filing for ETFs, there's going to be a lot of adoption. There's going to be adoption like we've never received before. This is why I think we are going to experience an all-time high, valued more than any other all-time highs according to percentages like we've never had before. So the adoption is immense, and also the regulations have also come up in the crypto space, which creates more confidence in the industry. So I believe, yes, the adoption is going to be so much. So if we position ourselves well, this coming bull run can change lives.
Well, in terms of changing lives, is it the reason why your earlier prediction of Bitcoin went to about 160,000? Is that backed up by part of the ETFs as well? Is your decision backed up, or your analysis backed up by all that?
It's backed up by all the adoption that I see that is coming to the market, and depending on the past trends of how companies have adopted Bitcoin.
Well, and when it comes to things like the Federal Reserve that has gold as a backup for currency, where do we see cryptocurrency heading to? Because then it is a currency that we can't necessarily say is physical, but with fiat currency we have gold as a backup. What does it mean for fiat in the future?
Well, fiat currency still is not backed up by any gold nowadays. In the very beginning, fiat currency was backed up by gold. When you see the paper notes that used to be, the dollar notes that used to be in the 1967s, they used to say redeemable in gold. But right now, all money just has something written on legal tender, so it's not backed up by gold. it is only backed up by our faith that when we present it somewhere, we can be able to purchase goods and services for it. And it's the same thing with Bitcoin. There is no as much intrinsic value, but the mere fact that it is scarce and it takes a lot of electricity to mine, it gives it value. It gives it value, and for its securities, it gives it much more value than what the fiat currencies would give.
Absolutely. And in terms of speaking about security, as per explanation, it only means the banks have a right to print more money, but with things like Bitcoin, where the market cap is public and the knowledge is known, do we see Bitcoin at one point in the future take over fiat?
Yes, by far. I was listening to a podcast by Larry Fink, and he said Bitcoin is the money for. Yes, and he said Bitcoin is the money for the future. So these words coming from a person like him, Larry Fink is one of those people that control the US dollar. Those words coming from him, they should signify something really important in our lives and our financial decisions.
True. And for those of you that don't know, Larry Fink, he is the CEO and co-founder of the biggest asset management company that is worth 27 trillion. To put it into context, Apple as a company just made $1 trillion, but here comes an asset management company that is worth $27 trillion coming and saying Bitcoin is the money for the future. So yes, like I want to agree with what Festo is saying. If, for example, you've had doubts about cryptocurrencies, here comes one of the controllers of the world. I won't even say of the dollar, but of the world, because the dollar is almost everywhere, and we're already affected because of news from World Bank. As Ugandans back here in Uganda, we are no longer going to get loans or funding from the World Bank. So the dollar is now selling at about 37.50 as of today in Ugandan time. So yes, that is Larry Fink for you. And yes, Festo, I want us to talk about we are nearing the halving, and I want us to keep reminding the audience the opportunities that this amazing event has for investors as well. Looking at the previous halvings and what Bitcoin did, reaching an all-time high of 69,000. Maybe to have a little bit recap from the conversation that we've had already. I think it was about 2 weeks back. Where do you see Bitcoin going? Say, for example, the math towards the halving.
Well, the Bitcoin halving creates scarcity in the ecosystem of Bitcoin. That means the miners' rewards are going to be way less than what their reward is right now, because the reward is slashed by a half every time a Bitcoin halving occurs. So that means they will put less Bitcoins into circulation, and also they will also try to make sure they meet the price to their cost of production. As a mining facilities. So this usually drives the price to the upside, and we usually always have to see a lot of things that trigger off the bull run after the Bitcoin halving. And like I mentioned, the Bitcoin halving has been happening every after 4 years, but because of the adoption, it's going to be happening every after 2 years after the one that is going to happen in 2024, and the bull run as well will also start happening every after 2 years.
All right, thank you. I'll have you again. Let me welcome Mr. Franklin Kanabi, aka Frank Cruzeiro, the man that loves the heart, small investor, big in wallet, small in size, and I'm a crypto analyst. Welcome, Mr. Frank.
Welcome, Mr. Rama. Happy to see you again.
Thank you, thank you. It's always amazing to have you in studio. Frank is one of those guys whose analysis that I trust. I'm not saying you should trust too, but me as Rama, I trust. He's one of those guys where I do my analysis and give him a call and ask him what he thinks about what I'm seeing. So it is always great to share with him. So what do we have for the Market Watch this week?
Okay, this week for the Market Watch, what I'm going to be giving each and everyone is going to be Bitcoin. So it's going to be Bitcoin, but at a professional level. I'm sorry for my students, but so soon you learn what I do and you like it. So let's go to the screen slightly. Can we have it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can have the screen.
Do we?
Okay, maybe if you may come this side so that we can be clearer.
So I think I'm going to be standing so that everyone can see. Right now on the screen we do have the BTC chart, and we want to know where BTC is heading. The tool that I'm trying to use here is a mathematically backed tool. If you went into a physics class, you have heard of something called an equal but opposite force. Now, this tool that we are using here is derived from the third law of motion. So this is where physics now comes into context with trading. So this tool here, the distance from here to here is the same as the distance from here to here. So whenever the market flirts from the downside, it is likely to give us the unequal propulsion to the upside in the same way, and the same thing happens if an inertia is subjected. Now,
well, for our students have been crying of math. Now we have
okay.
things like physics, but yes, please.
Can I get this off? Can I get this off?
Okay, my producer, I need to have a clear screen. BTC.
So it's here.
I just need to have a clear screen.
Then we click here.
Okay, we have Bitcoin.
Yeah, we will have Bitcoin. So a few minutes.
All right, it is okay.
Yeah.
I can already see the physics coming to play. So for people that did PCB, for people that did PEM,
Yeah.
this should be your class.
This should be their class, but those guys who actually never opted for physics, maths, they can still learn because Micro Plus Lab is a school for all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as per the YouTube comments that I'm seeing already, someone is saying, welcome, Mr. Kanabi. You're becoming a celebrity for some reason. Then the guy in the cape, then Mr. Kanabi, the volume is low. I think it went better.
Okay.
Then, yes, physics, Naro PCB. I see Raun is commenting about that. Then William, English and physics is much, sir. Simplify. We'll get to that level of simplifying, but of course, there is something that we can't let go when it comes to. Okay, I need to shift.
You need to shift?
Just a little bit. Is it fine? All right, great.
Okay.
Apologies, but yes, we want to be as practical as possible.
True that.
We want to be as practical as possible. So, Mr. Frank will do that. So, all right. Yes, we are still getting YouTube comments about what Mr. Frank Rosero was starting to show you guys. But one thing for sure, it looked like BTC was one of those projects that are going to make you some money, even in the short run. So tell them I'm going to have Mr. Frank shortly here as well. But of course, if you just joined us, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell. I think we can do that now. Subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll be informed every single time we have an opportunity to share what we already share on Micro Plus Labs. And maybe also to remind you, every single Sunday, we always have an Instagram Live at 3 p.m. where we have intimate conversations with people that have been quite successful when we talk about trading. Then things like the success stories as well, things like the different use cases in blockchain as well. So we love to build that every single time, every single time. So yes, we'll have Mr. Frank once again do something like this. Mr. Frank, do I have you on?
Yes, I am on, and right here I want each and everyone to take a quick look at my screen. I think everyone is watching what I'm trying to do right now. On my screen you can simply see that I have this sky blue tool, the one tool that I've been telling you, which is scientifically proven. It's called a pitchfork. Now this tool is actually derived from the third law of motion, which says that to every reaction there is an equal but opposite force. Now with the tool that I have here is that if the market is to react to the middle or to what we do call the neutral point of the market, it is likely to reverse to the upside. And where is our neutral point? This is Bitcoin. So let me get a so you just use this trend line too. Look here, right here, the red line is the neutral point. So we want the market to come to this neutral point right here on BTC. That's around the price of 289 earlier, and then we will be expecting a slight bounce and then a huge dump to the downside. So that's what we are looking at as far as BTC is concerned right now. So we are looking for market to continue to go low slightly into this zone. Then right here we will get a slight reaction and then another dump to the downside. So as per this tool, trading with it, you need to be understanding really how it works. And to confirm this the more, I can still try to shift around the tool itself to check whether all the aspects are right. Let me take it to the original state of pitchfork, and you can see at the original state slightly the information isn't coming out that good. Let me get out of there. I just go to the modified one. Yeah, modified one is still saying the same. We still need to touch the lower line. So that's all we are expecting as per BTC. Now for you that have been studying very well what we do call the patterns, the Gartley patterns and so on, I think this is what you are going to be looking at now as a pattern traders. Let me try to draw into a pattern right here. When I go into the patterns that Mr. And has been trying to teach you guys, because this is a cipher that I'm seeing here. Sorry, I don't know, the tool lags slightly, but let me just... So we do have a cipher that I'm seeing developing right here using that low back to this high and back here and then a low down here. I'll be expecting that we have to complete this D session like this. So hope you guys can simply see this, all traders. So what you have been learning, we apply it practically on the market. So we are expecting down until the D leg that we are completing right now gets finished. And I can still dissect this the more using the wave theory. Now, actually, I warned the students that this one is going to be slightly professional. So when I do try to dissect everything using the wave theory, I will come up with something like this. I get my Elliott wave strands. I can simply see that this is a 1. This is a 2 here, this is a 3, this is a 4, and we have already got a 5 right there. Now, since we are having 5 to the upside, we always expect a correction before we continue into the direction of a trend. Since we are expecting a continuation to the direction of a trend, then it means that we are expecting something like this, which is going to be what we do call the correction, call it the pullback, and then from that I'll be expecting a continuation maybe in a direction of that trend dependingly. So that's what we are expecting on BTC right now. Everything is still looking like that. See you traders, that has been for today. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kanabi. And before I give it my comments from myself, I see a comment here that I just want to be like Mr. Kanabi soon from a one Paul Steven. So you already have fans?
I already have fans out there.
Yeah, you already have fans and people that look up to you. So we appreciate you. Yes, for our students, apologies, but we are getting there. At least there was something that you were relating with, and that is the Gartley pattern.
Yeah.
So we'll come to the Elliott waves as well, till when we'll get to that level where we need our students to be at.
Military grade.
Yes, the military grade. So maybe before I let you go, we always remind people, and maybe you see the same way forex traders and people that we trust with the market give signals. In crypto, we always share a little bit of signals as well. So maybe to have a little recap of those coins that you think are working well. Again, maybe 5 or 2 or 3, and we'll leave our students to do some research about
for now, the coins that are actually working well, they are what we do call the lockup gems. Actually, Bitcoins right now, they are not working that well. When I do look into the markets, the one that has been working perfectly well to that has been the one called Zen Crypto. It has been pumping very well. Then after Zen Crypto, another coin that has been actually working well, but previously, I think it's dumping, but it is dumping to the levels of buying again. It's AIPad. If someone can go ahead and grab that one, it has been working very well as well. And another one there, a big one actually, Shiba Inu and the Bond token, they have been working so well since our previous analysis. So if someone followed our analysis on Shiba Inu, by now
yes, they should have made some money.
They have something like 30% on their money. This means that if someone invested like 1,000 USD, they'll be sitting on something like 300 USD. So that's good for a week, and that's good for a trader. And then I will say 20 to party.
All right, thank you, Mr. Frank Rosello. We have just about 2 minutes to end this fellowship. I want to bring on Mr. Andrew, say his parting shots, and then I'll move on to our founder. Mr. Andrew, a minute, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Rama. Thank you very much, Mr. Kanabi Frank. That was a very good analysis.
But you saw how Kanabi ran off the set.
I've seen. Like a professional.
Please go ahead.
That is how millionaires do it. They just turn off the set.
All right, please go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Kanabi is a millionaire and a very good marketer. He's a very good researcher. He's also very good market analysis. Yeah, he analyzes the market, then he puts everything that we learned in practice and uses it in the market, and he's now able to pass on the same information to others, also to demonstrate those skills. That is very good. I want all the students to reach that level. It's going to be very good. We shall have
they will really get there.
Those skills. If we achieve that, we shall have built a very good trading army in Maestro Plus Labs, and that is my goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Mr. Festo, maybe your parting shots and words of encouragement, like you always do it.
Yes, thank you so much. I would love to thank again everyone that is in the studio and in what you guys are doing. And to the students, you guys are now several steps towards what we want you guys to be. Everyone begins at a certain stage, and then exactly what we want you guys to be. So we are looking forward. We are looking forward to days where you will be able to analyze those markets and be able to profit from these markets, and also be able to pass on the information that we are passing on to several others. To several others. So every analyst, every market maker, every person that is good with the market began somewhere, and it's good that you guys chose to begin. It's good that you guys chose to begin, and you can, if you continue with the same effort, if you continue with the same zeal, I believe you are going to be, you will be on the top. You will be at the top. You'll be at the top where we want you to be. Again, The Market Mania is coming up, and we are looking forward to our students competing within the trading competitions, and we hope by that time we will already have put a few things in place so that we can be able to televise our competition. So with those few remarks, I would love to say thank you again to everyone that has tuned into our YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share our link, and don't forget to also put a word out there for others. For the people that are going to be working out a time frame, and depending on the information that we collected last Saturday, so that we can see at what best everyone will be able at what best time everyone will be able to catch the classes. So please be patient and bear with us. We just need to tailor the classes according to the information that we got. So we are not quiet. We are not quiet. We are getting to that phase where you guys are going to be able to begin in your classes of software development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Festo Ivaibi, father, husband, successful trader, founder, MetroPlus Labs. So we appreciate you, sir. Let me read just a few comments, and then I'll also say my parting shots. Mr. Kanavi, also DXY. I think we'll share that in the Telegram channel. Someone needs some analysis with the dollar index as well. Then William Joko, you people can really analyze the market, and I'm with the right mentors. Yes, I want to agree with you. You have an opportunity that all this is coming to you just at the comfort of having a phone and some little data. So don't take it for granted. I'll keep saying that. Then Martin Oscar Mokaya. This is like an exclamation. Let me try to read it the way they've written it. So we still have a long way to become professional. We'll get there one step at a time. But I have to say you are in the right hands. Then Assured will reach there. Yes, thank you very much. Just to remind you, go ahead and follow our social media platforms. That is at MetroPlus Labs, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and on YouTube. Go ahead. We need to see 1,000 subscribers by the end of this week. So go ahead and share the link to as many people as possible, and make sure you hit the notification button to be notified every time there's a video that comes up. And of course, to our Instagram family, and if you've never been part of our Instagram family, you need to try it out this Sunday at 3 p.m. You'll be wowed. You'll have an opportunity to go to have a Q&A with our founder, Mr. Festo, and you'll be able to ask any question that you've ever wanted to ask him, but maybe didn't have an opportunity to do so. So join us this Sunday at 3 p.m. on our Instagram page. That is MetroPlus Labs. And yes, call as many people as possible. Let's build a strong MetroPlus Labs community. Other than that, I wish you guys an amazing weekend. And like I said in the beginning, I'm Team Manchester United. The Premier League is back, and yes, maybe we'll create an FPL league for MetroPlus Labs. I'll discuss that with the management team. Other than that, I want to say have yourselves a great weekend. Adios.